opportunities for those who are interested as well as investors. If you are ready, please hear from Managing Director Cubic Digital Asset, Ms. Apinya Rungtawikun. Good afternoon, Ms. Apinya. Can you hear us well? Yes, loud and clear. So today we would like to hear from you about CEO, what ICO is, and what opportunities that ICO will bring to investors. Yes, of course. First of all, I would like to greet everyone, the audience, and welcome to ICO and Tokens. My name is Apinya from Cubic Digital Asset Company Limited. Today, I would like to share with you what is ICO, the types of tokens available in Thailand, and the main context we're going to focus on regulations and or the guidelines in Thailand. But first, I would like to tell you who we are. Actually, Cubics, we are the subsidiary of K-Bank or Kasikorn Bank, and we have embarked on the digital asset market, and we have started with the ICO portal. ICO stands from initial coin offering. So in Thailand, for anyone to issue coins or fundraise through the token system, you need the ICO to be the mediator between the issuer and the recipient. So Cubics, we act as the middle person. So for ICO, first you need to understand that what ICO is, or the word tokenization. What is tokenization? And I'm sure you may have guessed, because here we talk about blockchain, right? For this event. So tokenization is one of the business activities that apply blockchain to create opportunities for new way of fundraising. So how can that be done? I have to say that blockchain is the foundation or infrastructure to collect data and is technology to create token. But the token created represents rights or the ownership portion of a project or other types of rights that you would like or we would like to quantify. Depends on how you would like to tokenize that rights and the assets, utilities and rights. And this is one type of tokenization that allow us to tokenize assets and create representation of assets, utilities or rights in order to allow issuers or investors to own the smaller portion of the tokens or of the assets. So for blockchain, on top of the tokenization process, it also links the blockchain in other blockchain world. So if we can make the ownership portion in blockchain, it can be linked in other system on blockchain, for example, Metaverse or decentralized finance. So all these applications will be possible and easier in the future. So the concept of tokenization is the concept of the financial world that we change the assets into the unit of investment and move that onto blockchain, and we make it part of the digital asset for investment opportunities. In the perspective of ICO portal, what we are doing, we act as the middle person between the issuer for those who have assets or own a project. It could be a physical project, assets or virtual assets and project that would like to raise fund. They can come in and discuss with us, Cubics Digital Asset, and create token and we act as a mediator to present these tokens to investors so that investor can take part in the investment and be part of the ownership of the projects or the assets. And this is the overall scope of initial coin offering and the concept of tokenization process. Here, in the context of Thailand, I have to say that the definition or the terminology that we use once regulators are involved, the definition could be different from one country to another. So I have to say that the vocabulary that I use here or the terminology that I use here are from the Stock Exchange of Thailand. And if we have anyone who would like to issue tokens in Thailand and they are already the juristic person, then they can be involved in this. So the definition here are taken from the Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC of Thailand. And so we have the Digital Assets Act that is an umbrella term of all types of digital assets as shown here, cryptocurrency, digital tokens. But if we look even deeper, there are some parts related to digital tokens. So in this context, meaning Thailand sees that digital assets composed of one cryptocurrencies that we all know, Bitcoin, Dogecoin, or Ethereum. For example, these are considered under cryptocurrency, but for digital tokens issued by juristic person registered in Thailand and presented for Thai people, those will be called digital tokens. So in this meaning, it can be classified into investment tokens and utility tokens. And I would like to explain to you the definition and the duties or the functions of each type of tokens. So if you would like to issue digital tokens, first you need to understand the purpose of the tokenization. The issuance of tokenization, if the main purpose is to
ถ้ามันมีมุมของการ
So if the fundraising is needed
หน่วยตรงนี้นะคะจะถูกเรียกถ้าตัว issuer หรือว่าผู้ออกโทเค็นนะคะ
if the issuer of the token would like to represent the rights of using services or ecosystem, then that token will be called utility tokens. So the digital tokens can have two purposes. One, for fundraising, that is investment tokens, or second, utility tokens that will allow investor to have access to services. So the distinct is quite clear. If we look at the investment tokens, so for investment tokens, or in Thai where we call it tokens for fundraising, SEC has defined what can be classified under investment tokens or what kind of activities can be done under this category. So first, real estate backed. So we are talking about real world real estate or physical assets, condominium, buildings, hotels that are physical assets that we can tokenize these physical assets. So this is similar to the concept of REITs, but here you change the form of physical asset into blockchain. Next is project-based token. The meaning is quite broad. So here, for those who are interested in issuing coins or tokens, and if they would like to fundraise, that project could be greenfield that is still in the construction step or ongoing step with cash flow but need to raise more fund in order to continue the project. And it could be in any industry. It doesn't have to be in any specific industry. So I will show you more examples regarding the scenarios later. So for this is one form of the investment tokens that are related to Metaverse that can fundraise through project-based investment tokens in order to create any Metaverse projects or any projects related to Metaverse and has a necessity to fundraise through this channel. So another category, which is utility token. So utility tokens can be classified into two types as well, depending on the readiness of the function or how prepared the issuer is ready to have the tokens used in the system. So the first type is called ready-to-use tokens, and the issuers may have already finished constructing the ecosystem and also have the available services in place, and the users can hold these tokens and use these tokens to represent their rights in using their services. So the user can hold ready-to-use tokens, and another type is called not ready-to-use. Issuer probably have not created the system, but the holder of utility tokens will have the rights in the future to gain access to this type of ecosystem. So for this type of token, we called it not ready to use. In Thailand, ready to use, we called it multi-purpose token, and for ready to use is we called not ready to use token. And of course the differences comes with the regulation. So for the investment tokens, the SEC requires those who would like to issue investment tokens and sell to the public will need to go through the processes and have ICO portal to be the mediator and conduct due diligence, prepare white papers, prepare smart contract and audit, and also present white paper to SEC to request for approval of investment tokens issuance. So regulations are now in force. So and if for those who are interested, can enter the process with SEC. And for utility tokens, we are in the period of changing new regulations, and there could be new regulations that will be imposed in issuance of utility tokens. So what we called here not ready to use, that's uncertainty as to whether this project will be successful. So we need to study the product or the services offered, whether they will have potential to become successful. And the current criteria or regulations for ready-to-use tokens don't need to go through filings with SEC, and SEC is now trying to structure and make different features more business friendly, make it simple, and the ready-to-use tokens can go through fast-track filing. But and for tokens with complicated ecosystem, they may need to go through ICO portal to gain approval from SEC. So we need to keep in touch with what new regulations that will be announced in the future.
So today, allow me to share the case studies about the concept-based token, and this is a picture of project-based investment token. It can match with what's already in the market. The first one Cubic made is the fundraise with in the movie Love Destiny 2, and issue is the GTH 99 with broadcast Thai company to issue this token, and this is one example that we can mix and match of investment token concept and not ready to use token to mix into one. So in this project there's fundraising, there's a return from the movie, and you also do the utility token in one project. So we have issued two types of coin, 260 million baht, 65 million baht, and we have different types of utilities benefits. From the I am glad token, 5,000 baht per token, and I'm delighted token, 1,055,000 baht per token, and I'm happy token, 1,500,000 baht per token, for example. So for this is another form of investment that we can customize to the investor and issuer, just more than do the other types of security, because when we issue a bond, there's a specific features on this, but when it comes into token, we can design into different tokens in one project. So this is the token benefit, utility benefits of this. And with this, once investor invested in this, the return, base return is 2.99% per year, and this is similar to bond. But the idea, on top of that, we also have bonus payment up to about 2% if the movie broadcast in the theater and got the box office more than 1,000 million baht, then the issuer will give bonus of 2,000 of another 2%. So it makes this token benefit 5%.
นะคะที่เฉพาะตัวดิจิทัล
Apart from digital asset, and we can reduce or increase benefits on this. So this is how this kind of token can flexible. Not only that, there's also the financial return in baht, in Thai baht.
ของ utility token เข้าไปในโครงการด้วยก็คือเราบอกว่าสำหรับผู้ที่ถือเหรียญแต่ละประเภทเนี่ย
So they will get benefit from the movie.
รอบปฐมทัศน์นะคะก่อน
So maybe you can get the rights to see the movie at the maybe the first round of movie, and of course for the investor will receive the different functions depending on which investment package.
นะคะอย่างของ Delighted เนี่ย
For example, for Delighted, besides you can watch the movie at the premiere, at the first public performance. Then you can also combine the investment token with other types of functions or services or other activities that you can enjoy. So this type of tokens details provide quite an interesting experience that combine between a lot of experience, and investors will be transformed as customers, and as the audience, the investors will also can be part of the investment, and that allowed investors and customers to be the same group of people. So this is the benefits offered to issuer to grow larger customer base.
So in this token we design as no longer than 2 years So the investor can hold this and they will get their capital return and also the fixed income. It's not necessary that other token feature based can be like this. This is just one design choice.
ได้หลากหลายนะคะอย่างเช่นตัวเทรนเนอร์หรือว่า
For example, the tenor and the period of token that maybe it can be up to 2 years or depends on what usage, and the return profile for the case destiny token. So it is designed, it will be provided as fixed income similar to debenture, and the owner can upsize the investment as the project grows. For example, it can be tied with sales volume or the profits of the project and the return can be paid in the form of profit sharing. So in terms of regulation, there's no requirements in terms of fundraising size, but for ICO, we have what it's called entry cost to filing and to create the project, and of course you need a certain size to make it worthwhile.
ที่อยาก
Another thing I would like to share is that we chose to start the first project in movie industry, but actually any industry can be done this way. So we can open the branch of the restaurant, for example, or any kind of service that you want to raise fund, and you can use the concept of project-based investment token to expand your business. Or if we link with the Metaverse, the Thai entrepreneur, if they register the company as juristic person and they're working in Metaverse, then they can use this channel for raise fund and to create their Metaverse. And if when it's become Metaverse, it will be more interesting and than this. Just more than utility to buy with Metaverse. And for example, if you create this utility, is when you enter Metaverse, it will be you can create like member card, membership. You can have privilege activity for the members that you can offer to your clients. This is what you can implement in your virtual reality in Metaverse and even in the real world. So it's quite limitless. And so to invest this way, we need to have a good business plan and token units and white paper to explain to those who interested what token benefits offer, what's term and condition of utility to make the investor get a clear idea before they invest their money. So this is the ICO that we use in of issuer asset. They have virtual concert ticket, membership cards, for example, or they can issue utility token for investor. They can invest in utility token, and if they like you like any metaverse, they can issue ICO to raise fund and to build that metaverse. And after that, then can be a supporter or investor in that metaverse through the token, and you can gain benefit of if metaverse gets succeeded. Investor will get more return and may probably have other gimmicks for utility to use that metaverse as well. So we think ICO is another channel for metaverse business to consider, and this kind of channel for fundraising. And if everything's go on metaverse, we can even link customer experience even more seamlessly. So I think that's all for me about 30 minutes. So thank you very much everyone for your attention. So